Hey guys, welcome back to the Acne RD channel. I am Carla Hernandez, a registered dietitian on a mission to help adult women clear their acne from the inside out using food and diet first and foremost. So today I want to talk to you about 5 naturally derived ingredients that help fade dark spots that are caused from acne, also known as hyperpigmentation. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm super prone to dark spots, especially after getting a breakout, and it's annoying as hell. I hate them, but I have found that if I use the correct product and I use them often and immediately after getting the breakout or dark spot, they typically go away pretty quickly. Really depends on how severe the dark spot is. Sometimes it can take weeks, sometimes it can take months, but they do go away without the harsh side effects that traditional treatments like hydroquinone can cause. So if you're not familiar with hydroquinone, this is a prescriptive lightening agent that you can get through a dermatologist. This is a conventional treatment typically for dark spots. But the problem with hydroquinone is that it can be irritating. And so if you have sensitive skin, this probably isn't the best option for you. Also, it kind of has a bleaching effect. So if you're spot treating with it and you're only putting it on a specific area, it's only going to treat that specific area. And so that part's going to whiten and the rest of your skin is going to look a little bit darker. So not so hot of a look. And really the biggest reason I don't love hydroquinone is that it has been associated with cancer risks. So another reason to look for alternative options. Okay, so let's get started on the first product. So I'm actually really excited about this one. It's one of my favorites, is niacinamide. Now, niacinamide has been in the media lately and also been pretty well researched over the last few years. It's also known as vitamin B3. Niacinamide is known not only for helping with hyperpigmentation, age spots, and acne scars, but also helping to smooth out wrinkles because it improves elasticity of the skin. There's also evidence that topical niacinamide can help increase the production of ceramides, which are essentially lipids, which are fats, that help to protect the skin's barrier. I also had my dermatologist tell me recently that it's also great for skin cancer prevention, specifically oral niacinamide. So in researching niacinamide further, I found 2 double-blind studies, one published in 2013, both of them published in the International Journal of Dermatology, showing that a 4% niacinamide works just as well as a 1% clindamycin when applied twice daily for 8 weeks. So if you're not familiar with clindamycin, it is a topical antibiotic that's traditionally given to acne patients. So I personally thought this was really cool, but it could just be the nerd in me. So because niacinamide is non-irritating, it makes it a great option for those people with sensitive or dry skin. Now, if you don't have sensitive skin and you have more than moderate acne or more severe acne scars, then you may want to look at alternative options to help with the effectiveness of the acne scars. So such as retinoids or potentially even vitamin C, hint, hint, stick around, to treat your acne scars. So niacinamide is also something you can take orally because it is a vitamin, but if you're not eating loads of mushrooms, fish, and nuts and seeds every day, then you may want to look at taking an oral supplementation. So it's been shown that 500 milligrams of niacinamide a day can help with skin improvement, but taking more than 3 grams a day is not recommended. Okay, so now I want to share with you what I've been using for a topical niacinamide in the last month on my skin. So I've been using the Ordinary, which is a 10% niacinamide with 1% zinc. I have completely fallen in love with this product, though I should say I've never used niacinamide on my skin prior to this, so it's kind of my first experience, but it's been a great experience. So I did have some really annoying dark spots that I had to apply a ton of concealer, and with using this, I'm barely having to put concealer on now. I'm really seeing them fade away, and it's only been a month. I've almost done with the bottle. I actually need to get another one, but it'll probably last you a little longer than a month. I use this twice a day, right after I cleanse my skin and before I put moisturizer on. So it's been super helpful, highly recommend it. The best thing about this product, or this brand I should say, is the price point. So incredibly affordable. Probably the most affordable skincare company I've ever come across. This little bottle here is about $7. I know, crazy. That is my recommendation if you are to try niacinamide. So I will link to this product on the comment sections below so that you can check it out if you'd like. Okay, so ingredient number 2 I want to talk about is aloe vera. So aloe vera has been in my life for a very long time. This is something that I grew up with. My mom had plants of aloe vera all over our house, and lucky for her, it's an incredible astringent and it really can heal cuts and scrapes and burns, and there's so many great uses for aloe vera. So if you have kids, you definitely need an aloe vera plant. But I do remember my mom just breaking off pieces of aloe vera and just slathering it all over our body. And now, funny enough, I kind of do the same. I do have plants of aloe vera all over my house and especially my bathroom. So studies have shown that a compound in aloe vera called allicin can help reduce the appearance of hyperpigmentation in acne scars. It can also reduce the overproduction of melanin, a darker pigment that can make acne scars more noticeable. So in one study, it was found that aloe vera is more effective in combination when used with another topical agent to help reduce acne scars. When those agents were used by themselves, they were less effective, but in combination, they were more effective. So aloe vera is probably the most gentle thing you can use on your skin. I don't know anyone who's ever reacted to aloe vera unless they have an allergy to it. So there's usually not a concern there. So you can use aloe vera multiple times a day, as much as needed, although typically twice a day is probably sufficient. You can also use aloe vera, as said before, with a combination of other topical agents. It's probably going to have a better effect since it isn't a super strong agent. So to show you what I use, my favorite aloe vera currently, beyond the plant that is in my bathroom or all over my house, because typically that is what I use, but sometimes people don't want to have that or don't want to keep breaking off pieces of aloe vera to use, which is completely understandable. So this one here is what I use. It's a aloe vera gel. It is hand harvested and cold pressed, so it's the least processed you can get, without having a plant available. But this is really good for travel and it's pretty effective. I've actually really like it. I use it to make my moisturizer and also use it on my body as well. So it always will typically have some type of preservative such as citric acid or ascorbic acid, but other than that it's pretty clean. There's a little bit of xanthan just to thicken it up, but nothing that's going to harm the skin. So another version of aloe vera that I really love, and I actually get all my plant oils there, including aloe vera, but a lot of the times they're out of stock, so unfortunately I don't have any on hand to show you, but I will link to it at the bottom. It's mountainroseherbs.com. They have incredible quality of plant oils, body topicals, teas, so much more, but I really love their products. They're kind of my go-to for anything oil related or any skincare that I'm going to make. I typically get through them. Okay, so the third ingredient I want to discuss is probably something you're all very familiar with, and this is vitamin C. So vitamin C is not only a vitamin, it's also an antioxidant, and it is wonderful for wound healing traditionally. It also helps your body repair damaged skin cells and helps collagen fibers to regenerate. So the problem with vitamin C is that it is poorly absorbed into the skin. Also, it is pretty unstable. So when exposed to light and air, vitamin C can degrade, and at that point, it's ineffective, especially in the form L-ascorbic acid, which is what most research is done with. So I personally don't use vitamin C, although I know and I've heard that it is a great product to use, which is why I'm featuring it in this review. However, the type of product that you get when you're looking for quality vitamin C's can be very expensive. So one of the ones that I will link below is the SkinCeuticals brand, C-ferulic acid. And so what this brand has done to try to stabilize the vitamin C so it doesn't degrade as as easily, which includes adding vitamin E and ferulic acid to the formula. Now, since vitamin C is an antioxidant, you want to use it during the day to help protect your skin from UV light and environmental damage. So using it during the day rather than the nighttime, you're going to get that added benefit. And of course, with any topical agent that you use during the day, always follow that up with sunscreen. Now, we haven't talked a lot about sunscreen. Sunscreen isn't something that can reverse hyperpigmentation or dark spots, but it is something that can prevent further hyperpigmentation. So definitely an important thing to include in your skincare routine every single day. I will show you real quick what I use for sunscreen that is acne safe, and that is the Tizo 3. It's a primer and it's a sunscreen, so it goes on really smooth and matte. I love this stuff. It also helps to keep your makeup kind of fresh throughout the day. It has an SPF of 40 and it uses mineral sunscreen, which is really important instead of chemical sunscreen, and it has titanium and zinc oxide in it. So this is a really good option if you're looking for an alternative to just like a white sunscreen. Okay guys, so fourth product is by far the most well-known product in the skincare industry to help prevent hyperpigmentation and treat it. We're talking retinol here. So retinol not only inhibits an enzyme called tyrosinase, which leads to hyperpigmentation, but it also helps with skin cell turnover. It helps to brighten the skin, it's anti-aging, and it helps with acne, both to prevent and treat it. This is an amazing product / ingredient that you should be using if you have acne prone skin. Now, there are several different types of retinols, retinoids. You should definitely talk to a dermatologist if you have more than moderate acne to get on a higher potency retinol. If you have sensitive skin, going with a over-the-counter retinol may work just as fine for you, as it's not going to be as potent and as harsh or irritating. To give you an example, I actually use an over-the-counter one right now. I've been using this for about 3 months. This one is Beyond Complexion is the brand. It's a vitamin A exfoliating therapy. So it is a chemical exfoliant along with retinol. This has also lactic acid to help with cell turnover. So I've liked this product. It's really helped with, I think, the texture of my skin and smoothing it out. To be very honest, I'm not sure if I would actually buy it again. It is the most expensive product I've ever bought. It is quite pricey. It retails at about $110. So it's not something that I am so in love with that I can't live without, and I may look into alternatives after I'm finished, but just to share with you one that is acne safe, that is gentle. It also helps, with the fine lines and wrinkles. So it's an alternative to a prescription or higher potency one, but it is pretty high in that it's 5%, both retinol and lactic acid for an over-the-counter product. The last thing I want to say about retinol is you do want to use it only in the evening, not in the morning during the day, as light can degrade vitamin A. So definitely use it at night before you go to bed. And also if you're using a salicylic acid, which is not something I always recommend, but if that's something that is part of your routine, you want to apply it separately. So those two should not be applied together. Make sure you're using salicylic acid at a different time than you're using the vitamin A. So if you're using vitamin A at night, you should be using the salicylic acid in the morning. Okay, so the fifth and final product for today is a product that I actually started using before any of these other ones. I just came across it years ago, probably almost a decade now, and it's funny because I don't feel like it's really talked about in the skincare world, and most people haven't really heard of it, but this product is still one of my favorites. It's great for spot treating or applying all over the face, and this is kojic acid. So kojic acid actually comes from fungi, mushrooms, and was discovered in fermented Asian foods such as sake and soy sauce and fermented rice wine vinegar. So like retinol, it inhibits an enzyme in the production of melanin, so it can prevent hyperpigmentation and provide antioxidant protection. Like many of the other topicals we've discussed, it can be used on its own or in combination with other agents that you're already using to lighten your skin. So unlike other harsh lighteners, it's actually quite subtle. So unlike hydroquinone, which can give you that bleach effect, kojic acid goes in very slowly and subtly, so it's really great for people who have darker colored skin. So although rare, some people may have a reaction to kojic acid, and this could be shown in redness or a burning sensation. Obviously, if you feel any of these, please stop immediately. It can also take a few months to see improvement because it is a naturally derived ingredient. I would recommend applying it once a day to start and then working your way up to twice a day, morning and night. So I'm currently not using kojic acid as I'm using several other skin lighteners at the moment, including niacinamide and a retinol. So I don't have anything specifically to show you guys, but I do have a recommendation. One that I have been researching. I love the ingredients. I have heard really great things about this product. The brand is called La Roche-Posay. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The actual formula is their Melody Pigment Control Concentrated Serum. Now this has glycolic acid in it as well as kojic acid, which is why it is so effective. Now this is something that I will definitely be using in the upcoming months and potentially doing another review to see how good it worked out. So usually the earlier you can start to apply topicals and skin lightening agents and treating the dark spots, the better results you will have. The first 21 days of scar formation is the most effective for fading. I typically tend to use personally more than one product at a time, but it always depends on what the research says, how to use it, how to apply it. I would always proceed with caution and use any of these products slowly, especially if you're going to be using them in combination. You want to make sure that one is working without causing you any issues before adding it to another product and really not knowing which one is causing the issue. I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any comments or questions or concerns of anything that I talked about today, or if you have any products that you would like for me to review, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and the notification bell so I can keep you posted as new weekly content becomes available.